Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Quan, as always, and I'm here to give you the scoop on what happened in our Leaders of the Old School Fox Sports Fantasy Football League, okay? I'm going to give you the matchups, that happened this week. I'm going to give you the rankings, and I'm going to give you some insight on what's about to happen this week when we start our playoffs, all right? Now, first matchup we're going to get into, we got Texas Fire going up against Team Ramham. Texas Fire does their thing, turn the heat up on them, and beats them 89-63. It didn't hurt. Texas Fire had Le'Veon Bell, who got them 30 points. That's almost half the points that they scored from one player. Team Ramham had DeMarco Murray, who always does a good job, got them 17 points. Next matchup, Kingstree Wildcats went up against the Dome Wreckers, and wasn't much of a game. I mean, Kingstree Wildcats doubled their score, okay? They had 91, Dome Wreckers had 39. I don't know what happened. Justin Forsett did pretty good. He got decent numbers, respectable numbers for Dome Wreckers with 11. But Drew Brees did his thing. He looked like the regular Drew Brees that we expect every year, week in, week out. 39 points from the kid. Woo! Hey, next matchup, we got the A-Town Jags going up against the Rough Riders. Okay? And this was a good matchup. And I mean, for the first time this season, we have a tie. And I was just waiting to see what was going to happen. Like, okay, I waited till like the day after to see if there's going to be like a stat correction or something. And somebody, gain a point, lose a point. And if that stat correction happens after this video, I'm sorry, I didn't keep up with the latest info. But anyway, both of these teams, A-Town Jags had 101, and so did Rough Riders, 101 points. You know what I mean? So A-Town Jags got their score with a little help from Kobe Fleener, who got them 24 points. And Rough Riders had a little help getting up to 101 with C.J. Anderson, who got them 23 points. So, hey, it's not a loss. So you got to be happy about that. All right? Now, next matchup, we've got Too Hot for TV going up against Top Flight. Too Hot for TV showed out, this weekend on Top Flight, 108-63. You know what I mean? So it didn't hurt. Too Hot for TV had Aaron Rodgers on their side with 25 points. Top Flight had Matt Ryan, who got them 23 points. So he wasn't no slouch either. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't enough for the victory. Okay? Now, in the final game of this week, we have Peach Hill Tigers going up against What You Expect. And we have another matchup that wasn't really that close. Peach Hill Tigers took this one 146-84. Peach Hill Tigers had Andrew Luck, who has been showing out just about all season. Got them 41 points. What You Expect had Arian Foster, who got them 15 points. Nothing to snicker at, you know what I mean? But just like I said, like I always say, just wasn't enough for the victory. Okay? Now, for the rankings this week, we have A-Town Jags still in number one spot with a record of 9-3-1 because they tied. Okay? They're still in the same spot they were last week. Too Hot for TV is in second place, still with a record of 9-4. And Texas Fire is in third place, who moved up one spot from fourth place with a record of 8-5. Now, one thing that you're going to see when I speak about the playoffs, the computer does the rankings a little bit different. I don't deal with divisions. We've got 10 teams, and I see what the standings are. But obviously, the computer also takes into consideration the division. So since I'm in the same division as A-Town Jags, and I've got second place, under our division, she takes first place. And second place, according to the computer, when you take into consideration the divisions, Texas Fire gets it because they clinched their division. You know what I mean? If I was in the division with Texas Fire, then I'm sure I would be the person who clinched the division in second place. But usually, when I get my rankings, I take out divisions. I just do straight 1 through 10. You know what I mean? Where are you ranked? What's your record? So it'd be a little confusing, my rankings versus the site's rankings. So I just wanted you all to be aware of that, okay? But let me get back to what I was saying. Texas Fire's in third place, but has clinched their division, so in certain respects has second place as well. Coming up from fourth place, either one is good. So now in fourth place, we got those Rough Riders who dropped one spot because of the tie. They didn't lose, with a record of 7-5-1. Okay. In fifth place, who was in fifth place last week, we have What You Expect with a record of 7-6. So their loss really didn't affect them at all, which is a good thing. In sixth place, we've got the Peach Hill Tigers with a record of 6-7. They moved up 2 spots from 8th place. Thank you for that victory. You know what I mean? Actually, What You Expect helped them out. So 7th place, we got Team Ramon with a record of 5-8, who dropped down 1 spot from 6th place. 8th place, we have Kingstree Wildcats, who moved up 1 spot from 9th place with a victory this week, a record of 5-8. And you got so lucky, so lucky. Top Flight. You had 7th place last week, you got 9th place this week with a record of 5-8. If you would have had 59 more fantasy points that you had accumulated through the year, you would have been in 8th place, since you and Wildcats have the same record. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. And in 10th place, with a record of 3-10, we have Dome Records, who has been in 10th place probably for a minute now. Now, this is the haps on how everything kind of came together leading into the playoffs, okay? Now, after last week, you know what I'm saying, as of last week, you know, the top 5 teams had already clinched playoff spots, okay? And nothing's changed, okay? We're all waiting to see what, we were all waiting to see what other 3 teams were going to clinch the other playoff spots, okay? Now, if the playoffs started last week, it'd be Team Ramon, Top Flight, and Peach Hill Tigers who would have snatched those victories. But after this week, Peach Hill Tigers secured their spot at 6th place with a win. Okay, good for them. Team Ramon, their loss and dropped to 7th place didn't hurt them much, but Top Flight's loss dropped them to 9th place, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And dropped them out of contention, unfortunately. So with a win, Kingstree Wildcats squeezed by and got their way into the playoffs this week. So lucky, so lucky. So going forward into week 14, this is how the playoffs is going to pan out, okay? Now, usually in most leagues, the top 2 teams would have a bye week, okay? Not in Leaders of the Old School. In Leaders of the Old School, everybody has to play and earn your spot, okay? I'm not really too salty since the computer ranked me at number 3 and number 2. I wouldn't have had a bye week anyway, so I'm not tripping. So for week 14, playing for the championship, first round of the playoffs, we have number 1 ranked A-Town Jags versus number 8th ranked Kingstree Wildcats. In the second game, we got number 2 ranked Texas Fire versus number 7th ranked Team Ramon. The 3rd ranked team, Too Hot for TV, will be going against number 6 Peach Hill Tigers. And in 4th place, the Rough Riders will be going against number 5. What Did You Expect? Okay? I do believe the other teams will still be playing. They will be for consolation placement and all that good stuff. But that's the way it's going to be this week. Please pay attention to your opponent and who's playing who. Get your team right. And let's try to get this crown, baby. I know I'm going for it this week. I really want it. I want it this year. Okay? But good luck to everybody. It's anybody's game. It's anybody's chance to get it this time. You know what I'm saying? This is that time of the year where the records are going to go out the window. You either win go home. Alright? I'll check you all next week. Let you know who survived and who's moving on to the next round of the playoffs. Peace.